argument and discussion that exists in Judaism, that it connected to Tisha B'Av, and you probably know that the temple was destroyed because unjustified hatred, and we try to understand why those people hate each other, what they did to each other, and why it was this kind of hatred, and also how we can fix it today in our days. And we'll start from Gemara, Talmud, and Gittin. There is a story that discussion between Rabbi Eviatar and Rabbi Yonatan. They argue what kind of sin did Pelegish Begivah. Pelegish Begivah, it's a story in Gemara, in Tanakh, about some woman that she was she did with her husband all kind of problems they had. I don't know how to translate Pelegish Begivah. It's probably mysteries in Givah. Givah, it's a place. Somebody remember this, how it goes in Hebrew, in English? No. It's a story. Okay. So they argue with each other. He says this way, that way. They argue, and then they finished the argument. They went out from Beit Midrash, for their place, and they saw that Eliyahu Navi, the prophet, and they asked him, "What's Kadosh Baruch Hu? What's Hashem doing now?" And prophet said them, he learned Torah. He said, "Oh, really? What's kind of chapter in Torah? What's kind of story in Torah?" He says about Pelegish Begivah, about mysteries in Givah. He said, "Oh, we also learned this this sugya, this story. Wow! So, what Hashem says, what's His opinion? Now He will say who is right, me or my friend." And he says, Hashem says, Eliyahu Navi answered. Hashem says, my son Eviatar and my say this and this and this, and my son Yonatan say this and this and this. It means Hashem didn't say you are right, but all of them, he just quoted what both of them says. So Rabbi Eviatar, he in shock. He says, how it can be? What was in reality, what was real? Is any doubt in heaven? He says, no, there is no doubt. So who is right, me or him? He says, Elu ve'elu divrei Elokim chaim. Both of you, you represent Hashem's will, or Hashem's. Both of you represent Hashem's idea, and we try to understand what it means and what it causes us. And when we think logically and philosophically on our reality, we understand that everything that we see in front of us is just part of something else. There is nothing in our world that it has its own meaning. There is nothing in our world that has his own value. each value, it's outside of the subject. For example, this pen. Everybody knows what it is. But without that, this pen is useless. And without this pen, this whiteboard is useless. And if you come to this room, let's say 30 years ago, like I came in this room 30 years ago, and if someone will show me this thing and will ask me what it is, I wouldn't know. What that? You agree with me? You understand why I wouldn't know what it is? Because 30 years ago wasn't this thing. There were pens or kind of thing, but it wasn't something that you can wipe out. That is something water, board, marker, whiteboard marker, that you can wipe easily. So if I want to write something in this class, I would ask to bring me here blackboard and chalk. And that is everything. There is nothing that its meaning it inside of it. Everything, this table, what's the meaning of this table? The book that on this table, lie on this table. And if weren't book or pen or camera or your glass that you put in this table wouldn't exist. It just will take a very important place in this room. So, how you can have your opinion about this reality if you aware that you perceive just part of your reality? It's not all reality, what you see. It's first component. Second component, it's that what you see always in 180 degrees. It means you see half of reality, because our reality is 360, and really it's 720, because it's up and down also. Yeah. But let's say we, by definition, by our creation, we see part of reality. What you see now behind me, I can't see. I don't know. So how we can have my opinion about reality if I, by definition, limit it to perceive just part? It's second problem. Third problem is that because reality, everything that in reality, they have three dimension, you always perceive, you always will miss something in your perception. If you see this pen, you cannot see this place, this part of this pen. And if you see this part of the pen, you don't see this part. Everything in our world, there is some part of it that we cannot see. So how you can have your opinion about reality. And that's why, even more than that, sometimes there is expression in Hebrew, probably in English also. It's so it's so clear, so bright, like that light of the day. There is expression like this in English, something like that? No?
Clear as day.
How you say it in
Clear
English?
as day. You say clear as
Clear
day.
as day, but
Clear as day.
in Hebrew you say it's like a light of day. And then Chazal says in Masechet Psachim, they ask us, what do you mean light? So what's the answer? You know what it is, light, right? When it's light, light's into the morning. Immediately there are two options. Rav Huna and Rabbi Yehuda. Rav Huna says light, it's day. Rav Yehuda says light is darkness. And they start to argue. These bring all kind of provement that he is right, that light is something that bright, that you can see, that it's morning, that it's day. And he bring all kind of proof and psukim, verses from Torah that say, no, light, it's darkness. And who is right? No? You know, halacha. No, you're right. It's a good answer. No. What's the halacha? Halacha, like who? Rabbi Yehuda or Rav Huna? Rabbi Yehuda. He says that light, it's darkness. It's weird, right?
No. Why is he correct?
Pardon?
Why is he correct?
Why it's correct?
Yeah.
Because
Isn't there something in the sciences that the light, if there's darkness in the light, it's I don't understand what I'm saying. You know what I'm talking about. So
I know in the Torah that Hashem bara, he created the darkness, but he only yotzer the light. He formed the light from the darkness. So we say it every day. We say yotzer uverei choshech.
No, but I'm talking about in the science. One of the sciences, I'm not sure what it is, physics?
Probably, yeah.
So, okay, you're going to have to explain it.
Why is that a halachic question?
Because it's written in Mishnah that you have to check for chametz or le-14. That's what halacha says. Or le-14, like a light to 14 of Nisan, you have to start to check if there is any chametz in your home. The day before Pesach. So when it's light to 14. You have here Gemara in English?
Yes. Which one?
Psachim.
The first half or the second half?
First. Thank you.
Oh.
That's how Gemara start in it's a Mishnah. Or ל-14 בודקים את החמץ לאור הנר. And Gemara asks, what does it mean light? It's also, you should pay attention. Gemara, it's very, very deep and very wise thing. It's everything, a lot of things that sometimes it seems weird to us. After 2,000 years, the Gemara say that suddenly science discovered these kind of things. But in the beginning, they say, "Yo, it's crazy to think that." First of all, the question itself, what does it mean light? Everybody knows what it is light. You ask me, you have to learn here in Torah what does it mean light? Light. Everybody knows. No, it's a philosophical and scientific question. It's not so simple. And after that, you say, okay, let's talk about that. If it's so interesting, so important, okay. So, I don't know what it is light. So, what's the answer? Light is brightness. It's day. It's what I can see. And suddenly, Gemara, Rabbi Yehuda says, no, it's darkness. Are he blind? He doesn't know? What happened to him? Why he said such a ridiculous thing? But we know, Chazal, they are very, very wise people. And if says something, it's not shtuyot. It's not just like, and they don't understand. They were primitive. They didn't understand what it is light. We know. So listen what Gemara says. Ravuna says that it means light, or what is the meaning of or, this word or? Ravuna says it means light, where Rav Yehuda says it means night. And later they will say darkness. So what happened to them? But just a moment. And one of Psukim, he says, Ela miata. He says, and the darkness he called night. So what does it mean, night? Darkness. One calls for darkness, one calls that, and all kind of. This is the discussion in Gemara. So why he says such a weird thing? But when we analyze what he says in science, and also you think also to yourself, think about in physics they approach to light is something that is dark. Light is always dark. What we see here, light, is because of reflection of light. There is source of light, some candle or a lamp or sun. But if there is nothing that reflect this thing, you won't see anything bright. Everything will be dark. And that's why when you see all kind of movies or see films about astronomy, you can see that let's say some from Houston, the Challenger or some rocket satellite goes to to space. After few seconds, that is after, let's say 2-3 minutes, the satellite go and darkness, right? You remember that, you saw it in films. He start like a climb up, go higher, and it's in our day in 12 in in middle of the day, 12 o'clock, they go over and suddenly, darkness. You saw it, No, you didn't see never in
What's going on? What?
Don't even
rocket,
launch like a
rocket,
or satellite.
rocket. You didn't see in your never like rocket, like a Challenger go to from Houston to go to space.
I gotta watch it from. I live in Florida. I gotta watch them all the time go up in the air. Yeah.
Yes, you saw it.
Yeah.
I mean, in movies, in TVs or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should know. And when it go up, suddenly it became something dark. Right? Why? Because the light that we see here now it's a reflection of a sun, reflect from Earth, and that's why we see day. But in space there is no reflection, so light is darkness. It's absolutely black. And only when you put your hand from, then you can see your hand in light. But without, because your hand reflect, but without this reflection, it will be darkness. Okay, it doesn't matter. It's just I try to explain you that what does mean reality. Reality, it's not what you perceive, what we perceive. Because we perceive reality
Backwards.
with bad equipment, our eyes, our mind. We don't know what it is reality. And if you don't know, you can have your opinion about reality.
A similar concept exists with colors. Like if I were to say your suit is black, your suit is not black. In fact, your suit is taking all the colors into it. Your suit is all the colors. Your suit is white, but it's giving me the reflection of blackness. It's a similar thing.
Yeah. And just a moment. Yeah. And that's why we don't know really what reality is. We know only how reality appear in front of us, how we perceive this reality, not what it is reality. And if you don't know what it is reality, how you can have your opinion? That's why in Torah, all Chazal, all sages, all those arguments that they have in Gemara, they argue not who is right, but they understand that reality has different dimension. For example, you see something like a white page. For me, it's sources for this lesson and a lot of Gemarot. What it is really, it's sources or they white? If it's gam v'gam, for me, it's nothing but it's white. It's not gam v'gam. For me, it's just that. For you, it's just that. You understand? It means that we don't know what it is really. I perceive in such a way, and you perceive in such a way. Yeah.
There's a ways to see the other side.
Again?
There's a ways to know another
That
side
you will see something from another side?
by knowing another one, another people.
Ah, yes. Yes. I mean, by that we describe this subject from different angles, you describe it like this, and I describe like this, we can have more like a real perception what it is. We like make some agreement between us. You describe your angle, I describe my angle, and I understand that you say something that it's written something. It's not because you're stupid, it's because you imagine, because you something don't understand, and I don't see that, not because I'm stupid, not because I don't understand. No, we describe different dimensions of the same reality. And that is the essence of all discussion in Gemara. Everything that they argue, it's not because they don't know, don't see, or because they don't understand something. They understand. They discussed how, in two components. One, it's how we can describe something that it's impossible to describe from one point. So we try to reveal the meaning of this thing from different point of view. And another purpose of this discussion is when we try to know how is halacha is. Halacha, it doesn't mean that it's true. Halacha, it means the way how we can get to the truth. Today, halacha ki Beit Hillel, and in the future, halacha will be ki Beit Shammai. They contradict each other. They have absolutely different opinions. So, Beit Shammai, they are wrong. They're not wrong. Beit Hillel will be wrong in future? No. This is a philosophical approach, philosophical understanding what is reality, what reality is. And now, after that we understand that, we make another side further, and we say, so how we can hate someone that has different opinion than me. I don't agree with my leftist brother. I don't agree, and I will struggle and do everything that depends on me in order to erase his opinion. But he is not enemy. He is not traitor. He is not stupid. He has different opinion that I'm not agree at all. And I will do everything to stop him. Everything that, according to halacha, kamuvan, to stop him. But my approach to him, my relation to him, is that he is my brother. Make mistake, but he is my brother. And that is the way how we can build a third temple. Second temple was destroyed because of unjustified hatred. And Rav Kook says, if it was destroyed because of unjustified hatred, the third temple will be built because of unjustified love. He not deserve that I love him. Yes, he not deserve, but I will love him anyway. Unjustified love. Sinat chinam, ahavat chinam. And I think that that's what we are today in Jewish politics, in Israel politics, Israel life. We are in this kind of test. It's like a Kadosh Baruch Hu examine us. If we still sick, we'll still have this illness of unjustified hatred, that we say, oh, they are leftists and they are terrible. No. Or we still, or we are already cured ourselves. We know how to love our Jewish enemies. So what we should do, of course, we should do what we have to do. We have to destroy all Hamas, to destroy Hezbollah, to do everything that it depends on us in order to destroy our enemies. But to our brothers, no, we will convince them. We will talk to them. We will try to argue with them. And if we can, we'll teach our children, we'll educate our descendants that they will go in a way that we belong to Torah, mitzvot, derech eretz. We'll want to emphasize the Jewish and the way of living and our tradition, and that everything that we'll do. Be'ezrat Hashem will win. But our relation to them, relation of love. It doesn't mean that I will do something what he wants. And also I understand, like rationally, I understand that what he says, it's not something that like a weird and stupid. What he says, there is some spiritual and right sources, like right roots, in his opinion. For example, what he says, what leftist says, they said that we should love children of Gaza more than we should love children of Jews. It's stupid thing. It's ridiculous. But is any spark of truth in this expression? Yes. Spark. We shouldn't live by this spark, but there is spark. There is something that Kadosh Baruch Hu, when he appeared to Avram Avinu, he says, "V'yitbaruchu b'cha kol mishpachot adama." You should know. He give him mission that you should bring blessing to all nations in the earth. To all nations on the earth. V'yitbaruchu b'cha kol mishpachot adama. So in ideal, I should care about others' nations also. They're enemies, right? Okay, but so it's we should struggle against them. We should make a war against them. But in ideal, in the future, should we relate to them with love? To Goyim? Yes. Of course. Today we cannot think about. Who think about? Our leftist brothers. The argument between me and them, it's not should we love Goyim? I also agree that we should love Goyim and the Azatim and those. What's the difference between us? They say today to do that. And I say it's in the future. When they will fix themselves, when they will make tshuva, they will understand who they are, who we are, then I will love them. It's with a lot of condition. It's in the future. But this spark of truth, there is. So instead of my relation to my leftist brother, that he is bad, I understand that he make mistake, and that's all. But some percentage of true there is in his words also, and I want to know about him.
The question is if they think the same thing about us. If they don't.
No, you're right. They are not learned still in Machon Meir.
Yeah.
They have to come here and to learn how to love their rightist brothers. But in meantime, and the fact that they care about penguins in Antarctica,
Yeah, Antarctica.
do you care about those penguins that they are disappeared in Antarctica? I know it.
My list of concerns right now.
I know. I don't. And they do. So I need them. In ideal, we should care about the fact that those penguins they are disappeared in Antarctica. Yes, we should care. But I have more other problems. I am busy with our life, and they care about them, and they talk about them, about all kind of things. So I need them. I agree that they have some part of goodness, and I love them because of that also. And that's the way how we can fix unjustified hatred. Bezat Hashem.